To economic news now, and some surprisingly poor results for Canadian growth. Canada's economy contracted by 0.1% in November, mainly because of lower oil and gas exports. Most analysts were expecting GDP to expand by 0.2%. Couple that with no growth in October, and the fourth quarter of 2011 is now expected to fall well short of the Bank of Canada's forecast of 2% growth. That slower growth gives the central bank one more reason not to raise interest rates, because raising them could slow the economy. That means mortgage rates will likely stay low as well. And tonight there are new indications of where the housing market could go in the months ahead. Ross Lord reports.
Even in chilly Halifax, housing sales are heating up. In November, there was an increase of 34% year to year. A $25 billion shipbuilding contract from the federal government announced in October is stoking the real estate market, making properties like this townhouse a lot more attractive.
As soon as the Irving contract was announced, the showings just spiked right away. It was just amazing to see. The positive feeling that's flying around the city right now is fantastic.
Joining a long-term national trend that's seen home prices more than double over the past decade. Vancouver has risen faster than the average, although Regina leads the pack at almost 200%. Increases in Toronto and Halifax are less dramatic, but still impressive. A recent BMO report says the housing market will cool off, but won't crash because record low interest rates show no sign of rising. That should keep Halifax in ship shape.
Ships aren't here. That's exactly right. Ships aren't here.
But the party has some grim-faced door crashers, Canada's mayors. They say those sky-high prices have moved home ownership out of reach for many Canadians. With condominiums too expensive or too small for many renters, there are long waiting lists for a diminishing number of apartments.
Today, Canadians are facing low rental vacancy rates and rising rents.
The Federation of Canadian Municipalities has issued a report calling for government tax breaks and low-interest loans to finance apartment construction.
To protect jobs as governments turn off the stimulus taps and to provide Canadians with housing options they can afford, Canada must jumpstart its rental housing market.
Or, they suggest, the country's rental predicament will go from crunch to crisis. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.
While Canadian home sales keep humming along, the U.S. market is hitting new lows. Prices dropped in November in 19 of the 20 cities that were tracked. Nationally, prices have now fallen 33% since the housing crisis began in the U.S. and are back at 2003 levels. The cities of Atlanta, Las Vegas, Seattle, and Tampa all reached new lows in November.